8. Today we will start one new chapter named Unstable Earth. The name of the chapter is Unstable Earth and the chapter number is chapter 2. Okay, this is second chapter and open page number 14. Unstable Earth. Ever since the Earth was born some 4.8 billion years ago, our home planet was undergone a lot of changes. So our Earth came into being 4.8 billion years ago. And our home planet, that is our Earth, where we live in, so it is called home planet, undergoes lot of changes. It was initially a hot ball. So when the Earth came into existence, so it was a hot glowing ball. And afterwards it starts to cool down and its surface slowly turns solid. Living on this solid surface, it's thought it is a stable and safe homeland. So where we live, we are living in the solid outer layer of the Earth, which is known as the surface of the Earth. Today, however, we know that Earth's surface is slowly but continually getting rearranged. Some changes brought about by different external agents. There are different external agents like river, glacier, wind, and some are internal forces like earthquake, volcano, plate movements, which changes the structure and condition of our Earth. There are almost constant movements in the interior which may lead to violent eruption and earthquake. Okay, so externally and internally our Earth's surface is getting changed. The Earth's surface is therefore not stable at all and it undergoes continuous changes. So the arrangement of continents and oceans on the Earth's surface happen to change slowly but continually. Next, go to next page. Today we know that Earth's crust is divided into several plates which are in constant motion. You know plate tectonic theory. The Earth's crust is made up of several plates and these plates are moving each other. These plates remain floating on the surface of asthenosphere and these plates remain floating and they float from here to one place to another. They are not static but dynamic in nature. Why they are called static? Why they are not static? Because they are not fixed. They are always remaining moving condition. The present arrangement of the continents and oceans has resulted due to their drifting for several millions of years. Drifting means moving apart from each other. What is the meaning of drift? Drifting means when the plates move away from each other, when they are going far apart from each other. This is known as drifting. The discovery of this drifting is credited to German geologist Alfred Wegener. Please underline who first gave the idea of continental drift theory. The idea of continental drift theory was given by Alfred Wegener. He not only discovered that the coastline of South America is fitted to Africa so well. Have you seen jigsaw puzzle? In jigsaw puzzle, the one part of the block should be arranged in such a way that if you break it, you can adjust or attach it properly. So our Earth also was previously attached with each other and now they have been broken or separated. So the part of South America and Africa was previously attached to each other. Their coastline is so broken and indented. It not only discovered that coastline of South America fits very well against that of Africa, but also showed that fossils in both the coastal regions are similar. So fossils are also similar. Not only the coastlines are same, but also the fossils are same. He also proposed that about 230 to 3,300 million years ago, all the continents were united together to form a supercontinent known as Pangaea. So what is Pangaea? Pangaea is the supercontinent when all the continents were joined together to form a supercontinent known as Pangaea. Pangaea is surrounded by a land body, water bodies known as Panthalassa. So, Pangaea is the land and Panthalassa is the water mass. So, Pangaea is the supercontinent and the water bodies that surrounds the continent is known as Panthalassa. The continents of these plates drifted away from one another and later rejoined to acquire today's view. Now, we are moving to more to know the central idea of continental drift theory. Alfred Lothar Wegener underlined, a German geologist, meteorologist stated that in the later part of Paleozoic era, Australia, Antarctica, Peninsular India was joined together to form a single land known as Gondwana land. Previously, all the places in the north were joined together and south known as Gondwana land, and the continents in the north, that is North America, Asia, Europe, they was known as Angara land. Okay, and in between the Angara land and Gondwana land, there was the Tethys Sea, where now Himalaya is situated. As the sediments from the Tethys starts to squeeze, as there is a tremendous land movement, the sediment starts to squeeze because the two plates are coming towards each other, and when the two plates are coming towards each other, the sediments in the Tethys starts to squeeze and they form wrinkles, and afterwards from this place from the sediment starts to fold, and this fold mountain that Himalaya has been formed. So, where now Himalaya is located, previously there was Tethys Sea, and afterwards the sediment starts to sink or squeeze, and afterwards it forms the fold mountain. Himalaya is the example of young fold mountain. Why it is called young? Because the height of the mountain is still raising. Himalaya is structurally or geologically the weak zone. Here earthquake is a common phenomenon. Okay. In next video we will continue from the next part. Okay. So thank you class.